Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and utilize emotions effectively. I will be sharing my takeaways from the first 7 chapters of this book that our book club started in August. Um, Such a good book. Emotional Intelligence Habits. Change your habits, change your life. A powerful new way to increase your emotional intelligence by Dr. Travis Bradberry. It's a big one. It's a chunky one. Okay, let's get into it. So, chapter 1. Takeaways. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and utilize emotions effectively. The components of EI, and so when I say EI, I'm talking about emotional intelligence. The 4 main components are self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. EI is crucial for personal, professional success, influencing leadership, abilities, teamwork, and communication skills. Okay, chapter 2, self-awareness. Understanding emotions. Recognize and understand your own emotions and their impact on your thoughts and behavior. Self-reflection. Regularly reflecting on your feelings and reactions helps improve self-awareness. Feedback. Seeking feedback from others can provide insights into your emotional responses and areas for improvement. Chapter 3, self-management. Emotional regulation. Learning to control impulsive feelings and behaviors, managing emotions in a healthy way. Stress management. Techniques such as mindfulness, deep breathing, physical activities can help manage stress. Adaptability. Being flexible, adapting to changing circumstances is a key aspect to self-management. Chapter 4, social awareness. Empathy. Understanding and sharing the feelings of others, which involves active listening and being present. Reading nonverbal cues, paying attention to body language, facial expression, and tone of voice to gauge others' emotions. Cultural sensitivity, being aware of and respecting cultural differences in emotional expressions and social interactions. Chapter 5, relationship management. Effective communication, clear, assertive, empathetic communication strengthens the relationship. Conflict resolution, addressing conflicts constructively and finding mutual beneficial solutions. Influence and leadership, using emotional intelligence to inspire and motivate others, fostering teamwork and collaboration. Chapter 6, developing EI habits, developing emotional intelligence habits. Consistent practice. Building EI requires regular practice and application of the principles in daily life. Behavioral changes. Implementing small, manageable changes in behavior can lead to significant improvements in EI over time. Tracking progress. Keeping a journal or using tools to monitor your emotional responses and growth. Chapter 7. Applying EI in different contexts. Workplace. Utilize EI to enhance leadership, teamwork, and conflict resolution in professional settings. Personal life. Applying EI to improve personal relationships, parenting, and social interactions. Continuous learning. Committing to lifelong learning and development of emotional intelligence. These chapters lay a foundation for understanding and developing emotional intelligence, highlighting practical strategies for enhancing each component of emotional intelligence. When I say I love anything that's in the field of emotional intelligence, because we don't know how much this can affect us, right? It affects your relationships. It affects your career. It can affect if you're an entrepreneur. It can affect that. So this book right here is, listen, it is going to be game changer. I have read books on emotional intelligence another book on emotional intelligence by Daniel Goleman, but this right here, when it comes to habits, because I don't know if you caught my phrase of the day, your habits, we create our habits and our habits create our lives, right? We create our habits and our habits create us. So we have to be mindful of our habits, because your habit is the reason why you where you are, right? So say you have gained a lot of weight. Okay, so what has been your habit? Say you Your bank account is always overdrawn. What has been your spending habit? Say your car is always dirty. What has been your cleaning habit? So our habits, we make our habits, and our habits make us. We make our habits, and our habits make us. So if we change what we're doing, we create better productive habits, we'll have a better productive life. Change your habits, change your life. Change your habits, change your life. This book is a powerful way to increase your emotional intelligence. It's so needed, because these things I've never heard of. When I was growing up, nobody talked about emotional intelligence, right? And it was something that I needed, because we learn from, people that we learn from our parents how to regulate our emotions, right? If they don't know how to regulate their emotions, how are we going to know how to regulate our emotions, right? If you see them get upset and they mad, they cussing, they fighting, then 9 times out of 10, you might do the same thing, right? Because you don't know. You see that, you say, okay, that's probably what I'm supposed to do as a child. You see it, right? And you begin to imitate it, right, when you get older. Because I used to do that. I'm telling you about me. I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm talking about me. I saw these things, and when I got upset, I did the same thing. I shut down. I didn't know how to express myself, because I never was taught. I didn't see that. I didn't know what that looked like. There's so many things I had to unlearn, and so many things I had to learn, because I didn't know. Our parents, we love them. They give us the best they have at that time. They can't give what they don't have. So not knocking anyone, just saying there's some things that we weren't taught. Some things aren't taught. Some things are caught, right? You saw this. Okay, I guess that's how we do it. Until you realize that it doesn't work, right? And it may be decades before you realize. It might be right to the day you realizing that it doesn't work. When you get upset, or when somebody else gets upset, what does that look like? How do you manage that? You can't manage other people, but you can manage you. You can manage your emotions, right? You can. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, manage, and utilize emotions effectively. Keyword, effectively. Do not be emotionally intoxicated, because when you're in pain and when you're frustrated, you are emotionally intoxicated. You say things and do things, and you don't even have a clue why you did it. You're emotionally intoxicated. It's like being numb and just doing stuff, right? They have this song. I don't know if y'all remember that song by Jasmine. I think it's Jasmine Sullivan. I'll bust the windows out your car. That's emotion. To do something like that, you were emotionally intoxicated, right? You weren't in your right mind. There are times when I did things, not to that nature, but I did things, and I was like, why did I do that? Like, why? I couldn't even tell you. Emotionally intoxicated. So that's what I'm saying. The purpose of me just going on to that little rant is letting you know that this right here is important. Emotional intelligence, that's important. This is one area that we all should gain wisdom and learn and grow in if we want to have better productive lives, better productive relationships, better productive professional careers, right? So it affects so many areas, so many. That's all I have. It's an amazing book. Whew. It's a big one, but it's so good and it's so needed. That's all I got. Until next time, y'all have an amazing day and an amazing weekend. Until next time, later.